All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. Uh, so apologize for the lack of read-throughs the last little while, even though I've been trying to get around to them. But honestly, 2022 is off to a rough start so far. I don't know when things will improve enough for me to have the energy for read-throughs. So I guess just keep an eye on the channel. I'll try to announce something when we get back to it. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm still going to try to do the reaction review stuff to Kaiju number 8 and Spy Family. I hope everyone else is doing well, given the current circumstances in the world with COVID and everything else. I hope you all are at least having a little bit of an easier time. Yes, with that said, without further ado, let us dive straight into Kaiju number 8, chapter 53, by Naoya Matsumoto, translation by David Evelyn, with lettering by Brandon Bovia. And we pick up with Kokoro going, Daddy's killer is right in front of me. And yet, and you see Kafka and Narumi just exchanging a flurry of, still can't get over the fact that number 9 became a badass in his new transformation. Like, just exponential coolness rocketed up. And he's just exchanging a flurry of blows with Kafka and Narumi as they're dodging around him, trying to take him down. You have poor Kokoro just kind of gritting her teeth, tears streaming down her face in anger, frustration, sadness, mix of all the above. As she goes, I'm completely helpless. Ooh. And you see that Kafka's just getting absolutely battered in his kaiju form. You see like bruises starting to darken his kaiju skin. Same with Narumi. You see Narumi's getting bruised as he's trying to use his gun sword to block number 9's attacks. And you have Kafka going, this thing, even with Captain Narumi and me double teaming it. And you see them just clash with an explosion of fish, and you see just this explosion of blood spurting up Kafka's arm from the force of the blow. As he gets sent flying back, he goes, it's still keeping us at bay. You see number 9 trying to flutter up his wings and take off again as he goes, alright, I'm going home. And he goes, home? You see a shloop as one of his arms starts decaying and falling off. And you have both Kafka and Narumi looking at it in surprise as Narumi goes, number 8, don't let up on him. And you see Narumi trying to go in for a blow with his gun sword, which number 9 just blocks with the wing in front. He goes, an inescapable attack. Whoosh! Oh, he just lets off a burst and blows off the right side of his body. You have the adverse effects of fusing. They're preventing me from hardening. Oh, and you see Kafka just coming in low, goes in for a body blow. As he just bursts the flesh off number 9, you see his ribcage being exposed. And he goes, the main problem here is number 8. Kafka's like, I'm not going to let you get away. I swear, all of this. Oh. And he sees Kokoro just sitting there, frustrated, and he thinks back to his Sao telling him, well done. He thinks back to this entire mission, and he goes, it's just too damn much. He's just battering him with a flurry of blows. I was going to say fury of blows, but I guess it's also technically accurate. As you have a BAM! And you see, since my regeneration is being hampered, the adverse effects are accelerating. You see just pieces of flesh like flying off number 9. He goes, no doubt about it. The last obligation, the last obstacle standing in my way is you, number 8. You see a slip as one of his legs is starting to decay and fall off, and one of his arms also is falling off. Kafka goes, just, and Narumi's like, one final push. Oh. And you see Narumi straining his eyes, blood's just spurting out from it. And you see, it's too bad, but neither of you will stop me. And you see he's like kaiju place starting to separate. It's like an explosion comes up from beneath it. He goes, this will bring things to an end. And you have a giant pathoo. As what looks like an EMP shockwave just shoots out from there. And you have Kokoro screaming, Kafka Hibino, Captain Narumi! As she braces herself against the shockwave. And you see number 9's trying to lift off, and you see his lower body just going with the falling off with the thud. He goes, guess I'm at my limit. Almost lost the body I fought so hard to get. Ah, yes. So badass. And you see that both Narumi and Kafka have held their ground. Kafka kind of just doing a cross block in front of his face. Narumi using his giant weapon as a shield. As they both just glare at him, go, "We survived. Say your prayers, you no good." And you see number 9 going, "Ah, I should have done this from the start." And you see Narumi kind of having a light bulb moment. He goes, "Crap!" And you see number 9 starting to split into two separate clones again. Java, huh? As it looks like Hikaru and the science do those helping out Isao before. And you see Narumi and Kafka each heading off towards one as he goes, "You scumbag!" And he just sets off like a little mouth fire blast. He goes, "You're unable to abandon those lying before you. Humans are such strange creatures. Goodbye, Kaiju No.8. The next time I make a move." And you see Kafka just gets it to Hikaru in time as he dodges out of the way of the blast, and Narumi gets in front of the explosion to block with his weapon. As you see, this giant explosion's number 9 is finally able to take off as he transforms his face into that of Isao's. And he goes, "The next time I make a move will mark the start of the Kaiju era." Oh, I guess this bitch is going to be a long-term antagonist. Alright. So not do too much to comment on about the chapter. I don't know. Like I'm hoping, like I know it's a combination of like I know and I'm hoping that Kokoro is eventually gonna get, her chance to shine as well. She's not always gonna be kind of a damsel in distress, but I guess just seeing her be kind of semi in that position in this chapter kind of just left a small bitterness in my mouth. But honestly, given the fact that she has been such a proactive character thus far, I'm not really like too down on it or too overtly negative on that. It's just a kind of minor thing where it's just like, yeah, I'm just kind of tired of seeing that trope. But I think at least in this battle, it works well given, all the psychological stuff she's gone through. That said, again, I did not expect number 9 to become a long-term antagonist or potentially the prime antagonist of the series. So it'll be interesting to see how he's used in the series going forward, like how he grows and develops. Like once we learn more about kaijus, more about their goals, things like that. It'll be interesting to see how much more fleshed out and compelling he can become as a character. Because apart from again like the design stuff, like loving the new and improved version of him, I still don't find him to be like a particularly like super compelling villain. Like he's not going to make my top anything list. But given the fact that he does seem to be set up to be to play a larger antagonist role in the series, it should be interesting to see how that gets developed. Looks like this arc is finally over, so I'm interested if we're gonna get what we're gonna get after this, because I think it's too early for a time skip right now in this series, but I guess it depends on what Tsumono-san has planned for it. But I feel like we need to get some kind of training montage, because I think this battle does kind of prove how lacking they are so far with regards to being able to take on at least the higher number kaiju. And I'm hoping at least that number 9 isn't kind of like the pinnacle of the ones we have to see yet. I hope there are ones like above him as well that we're going to meet. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what direction the story goes from here. Great action-packed chapter. Art as always was phenomenal. No complaints about that. So like I said, I'm going to try to get to the rest of the kaiju. Well, there's only one more kaiju chapter to get. I think I saw that the author's taking a 1-month hiatus after this chapter. So I'll get to the next kaiju chapter today, as well as along with the Spy Family ones. So expect all those to hit the channel at some point. As always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Still would like to get over that 150 subscriber number again. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to y'all later.